All right, hey, we are super excited. It's Monday morning. I think we have 17 work days, including today. Anyway, we're excited. We're moving forward. We're working on the floors right now. We got the frame back. We welded in some braces. I'll show you that. We're getting our floors taken care of. We're going to set the body on, finish the rest of the floors. We are moving forward. We're getting some things painted, the front beam and everything, so that we can bolt that all in when it's ready. We're not painting the frame yet until we have the floors installed. So glad you guys came by. Wish me luck. All right, we forgot to film as we grabbed the body and put it back on. We're not going to do it again. It really is just done with two people. Okay, that is where we got to today. We have the body back on temporarily. We have the two main floors in, and we are working on a rear body brace. We're completely changing all that, of course. So today was the first day. It was Monday. What is that, like 20 days left? Hey, it's Tuesday morning. I'm Michael Jackson today. My other glove tore. It is what it is. All right, we're moving forward on the Vespa supercharged microcar. So we have our frame basically all taken care of. We're building some bracing on the body so that it'll bolt on instead of weld on, so we can have a little bit of adjustability to it. And who knows, maybe we'll put another body on at some point. But anyway, we are messing with that this morning. We're trying to get everything situated. So to do that, we had to make sure that the rear wheels were in the exact same location. We had to set the body so that the wheel wells in relation to the wheels looked appropriate. Then get everything squared up side to side, get the front end squared up side to side so that we could start building our brackets. So, thanks for coming by. Check it out. All right, we built all kinds of brackets today. That one's getting ready to be drilled out. We have more brackets, more brackets, more brackets, more brackets. You're gonna hear a fan because it's hot here. We got more brackets. We did brackets today. I'll tell you what, today was a bracket making day. We did a ton of brackets. We're going to be ready to weld them in tomorrow. We are stabilizing the body differently than they did it. Why would we want to do anything the way they did since everything was incorrect? Anyway, it's going to be much better. We'll be able to unbolt the body and remove it instead of having welded solid. So anyway, this is just an example of one of them we did. Turned out real nice. Going to weld to the side of the frame. We're going to have another post coming up off from it to support the body. So things are going well, but we're still running out of time. If only I had a bender instead of having to do this right here, but it takes a lot of time to do it. If I had a bender and a CNC plasma table, this entire day would have been done in about 15 minutes. Instead, it's a full 8 hours. All right, another day down. We'll start again tomorrow. Thanks for coming by. You know, the days all sort of blend together. I don't have any idea what day it is or how many days I have left, but by the time this is published, I'll have it flashed up there on the screen for you. Hey, we are going back together. We are doing our tabs and our mounts for the body. We're welding stuff together so that we can actually start doing body work on this thing. So that's a happy day. I'm super excited. We'll show you some of the welding and stuff we got going on today. For the most part, We are through cutting and grinding and doing, all right, not grinding, but cutting. We had an entire day yesterday of just making tabs and brackets, and it was a lot of work, but we are going back together. Thanks for coming by. All right, I do not have a tubing bender. We've put 1,000,000 slices on this. It's not as good. It doesn't turn out as nice, but it's going to turn out all right. Got my lines here so that when I clamp it, it should go back to the same exact position, each one be identical. They don't actually have to be because they're across the car from each other, but it's nice if they are. So let's get some welding done. Okay. We just about burned the whole place down. That was pretty scary. So we've decided that after we do this car, we're going to go through and completely clean this place up, organize everything. Even if it takes us a month, we got to get something where we can work and be safe. But there's no time right now for safety. All right. Well, we almost burned the place down, but we're okay now. We're going to pull this off. We have to get some things tapped out real quick and build a little bracket on here. We need some brackets up front, but until we have the body situated, I'm not sure where it goes. So we're going to pull it off one more time, get a little bit of welding done, put it back on again, mark our spots, and possibly pull the body back off again. Luckily, it's light. It is hard to go over the top of the body though. Okay. All right, so here we have our chassis. It is not painted, but it has been sandblasted. We've welded the heck out of some more stuff. There are some brackets that we made yesterday. Here's some brackets we made. This is where we're going to end up having a rear body support. I think the thing looks beautiful. Hopefully you can tell with the difference in the sun and the shade. Anyway, we're getting ready to put the body back on so that we can weld our final back body mounts. And then we will start up front where these are. These guys here go like this. And then these guys will sit on top. Actually, those guys sit on top. And a pipe goes up to hold on to the body. So we're gonna put the body back on and get it arranged so we can start making our final mounts. We'll get it squared so we know what the heck we're doing. Câmera. O bat sempre está dentro. Como supermodel.
Instagram.
We're going to fill the back seat with a radiator. That's about all we can do. We don't have any place up front for a radiator. But we built all this stuff so we can build brackets off from it. We're going to get rid of all this ugliness back here. And it should drop down in. We've cut holes in the back firewall so it'll go through. When this is gone, we should be able to have plenty of airflow. All right, you can sort of see what we've done there. We have a piece missing over there that we're gonna have to weld in because I shorted it. Anyway, we're gonna pull it back out, weld it all up, get it installed. Well, for the most part, we have the body back on. We have the rear tubing mount completely taken care of. You can see that stuff back there. That secures the body on the old shock mounts. And we are working on putting some reinforcement in underneath the door so that the body doesn't flex all over. But it's coming along. All right, you see that tube right there? That is what we're putting inside the bottom door channel because there's just not a lot of strength in this car once you remove all the unibody stuff. So we're putting some tubes in there so that we make sure we have strength. Then we'll put the sheet metal back over the top of it so it looks pretty. And we'll have basically sort of a little mini tube chassis inside this thing. Anyway, it's coming along good. Well, I screwed that up. Alright, you see that bar in there? It's in there a little crooked. The weld looks terrible anyway, but the way I had to weld it, I had to do it like that. But I am going to have to cut that end loose, scoot it over about 1.5 inches, and re-weld it back in. Good thing I'm going backwards. All right, it's the end of the day. Today is Wednesday, I think. We're getting short on days. Fingers crossed, say your prayers for us. We got a bunch of reinforcement done today on the body. We have the rear section of the body completely mounted. We have all of the frame taken care of on the back section of the body. We are reinforcing the body right now underneath the doors because it's really floppy. One side was completely missing because it was so rusted out, it just fell to pieces. We're putting tube inside there so that it's nice and strong. And once we get that done, we'll be able to do our 2 front body mounts, and we'll be rocking and rolling on this girl. So another day down, keep your fingers crossed. All right, it's Thursday morning. I don't even know how many days left. Not very many. I think maybe 16 days left, not including Sundays. So, I mean, including Sundays, but we don't work on Sunday. Anyway, we are messing with the front body mounts. We had to completely cut out the rocker panels. We put in some tubing so that we could reinforce it, and then we'll put the regular rocker panels back over the top of it. But right now we're working up underneath the dash, and we have to make some braces down to the body, and then we got some pieces up front, and then we will actually start putting pieces back together so that we can do body work. So check out what we got going on. Okay, hopefully you can see that up there. We have it clamped. There's a bracket we have built right there. There's going to be a piece of tubing that goes down to the frame itself, and it'll be bolted down on the bottom so that we can secure the front end of the car. So after days and days of making brackets, we lost one. It's like losing a child, you know? Maybe more important than a child. Okay, in a little car like this, real estate is at a premium. Oh, by the way, welcome back. Today's Friday. We have basically 14 days left. Maybe 15, not sure how we're gonna count it. But anyway, I'm not sure we're gonna make it, but we're gonna give it a heck of a try. So real estate is at a premium in a small car like this. So you only have so much area, and you have to put so many different items in there. And I thought I had the gas tank all figured out to run one here in the front, and it's not going to fit. So I have to try and do another gas tank back to the old one and reposition a little bit so I can make it look a little bit different. Anyway, I'm building some reinforcements up here in front to stop the thing from moving around. It barely moves now. We got to make it nice and firm so we can go through and finish up the body work. So let's go. All right, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and bring this piece of bar right in here. I'm going to weld tabs on it, and then from there we are going to bring pieces up here and up there to secure onto the front end of the car so that it doesn't move around. All right, so you have the two little tabs in there. And what I'm going to try and do, we're going to bring that right up like that. We're going to weld it to the tab, and then we're going to be able to bring reinforcements to go out this direction on each side to support the front end. So this bar is going to end up being cut into little pieces. I welded on ends with a nut inside so that it is threaded. You can see there it unthreads the bolt. We're going to cut that off, bolt it on the front, and then we're going to weld two pieces into each side. So this has to be all ground down and make it look pretty, but I was lazy. All right, you see here we got an initial weld, this arm coming up. This one goes across. We have to finish welding all of this. See over here, same thing, initial weld, initial weld. I welded some, well, I think I showed you the little ends that I had welded the nuts into. So that is what that is threaded into, and then it goes down that bar and across. Down that bar and across, up that other bar, and then back into another threaded area there. I just pulled it both out. So this thing is as solid as a brick house. We're going to keep on going forward. I'll get this pulled out and welded up. Alright, that's it welded up. Boy, that's ugly. But I had a lot of holes to fill. I'll grind it down, paint it up. Let's see what she looks like. Okay, there's the finished product minus paint. You see our arm here that comes down, runs across, and goes up into the other section, right? Anyway, it turned out pretty good. Nice and strong. Holds the front end, doesn't shake at all. I'm not going to paint it right now. When we pull the body back off to paint the chassis and everything, we'll paint it at that time. All right. We didn't do a ton of filming today, but we did a ton of work. Let me give you a quick rundown of what we did. So you can see that we have new panels put in there. That's on the passenger side. We had to revamp the front end and get it to where it was matched to each other. Things are looking much better there. The front end solidified. We're messing with the gas tank. The gas tank's going to be up front. That's coming along nicely. We also did our driver's side panel over here, and we did a bracket up in here so that we could put in our steering, and we did our bracket down below that I showed you earlier, which you can't see because it's jammed down in there. Not that much videoing because we get sidetracked and forget all about doing it, but we got a lot accomplished. So today is Friday. We got one more day tomorrow. That puts us down to 13 days. Tomorrow's will be 13 days left. I'm not sure if we're gonna make it. I think we will. I hope we will. We'll find out. Okay, Gabrielle is building more tabs and brackets. I thought we were done, but these are for bolting in the secondary floor pan. So we have this pan all in, but this section in between here, we had to build these pieces down here. We built those on the metal brake, and they're going to be welded in across here. Here on the frame, they need to unbolt so that we can remove the body. So we're doing a bunch more this morning. We should have the floors all in today and panels welded up for the sides. So we should be able to start body work, I'm hoping, on Monday. We basically have 2 weeks left. All right, we have some of these guys cut out. These are just the little tabs we have. Some of these are not lined up perfectly. I'll blame that on Gabrielle, not on me. But I have it marked out. We're gonna do 5 on this side, 5 on the other side. And hopefully this is gonna hold our floor like we want it. I'm trying to do it to where it'll hold it where it should be, but we'll do what we can. All right, we're almost done with the floors. We're scabbing in just a few other pieces, and sometimes you get tired of doing the same thing over and over and over. So I'm messing right now with some foam. It's gonna go inside these seats. All right, so we're just getting a little bit in here. I want to try and form fit this a little bit so it goes down in there a little bit better. And it's not gonna be beautiful, but it's gonna be better, and it's not gonna stick up and look ugly on the seat cover. So we'll get that a little bit down in there, maybe a little more. I am not an upholsterer. I guess I didn't need to see that, did I? Alright, now this is going to be interesting. I got a lot to get rid of in here. I'm not sure if this is how the professionals do it or not. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not. But never claimed to be. Just having fun. Try and taper that a little bit so it'll come up on here. We will see if this works. Let's see if this works. So I just bought some cheap covers. I knew I was going to have to alter. That's pretty good. That's going to look great. It'll tuck back in. Alright, hey, we're going to do an experiment for our little bottom body feature. So we're going to take a little piece of metal, we're going to bend it, see if it fits like we want it to, and if it does, we're going to bend a great big piece. So we're making a lower rocker panel. Yes. Okay, so we got to running like crazy, and we always forget to film because we are under the gun here. We have 2 weeks left. We have about 13 actual work days. No, 11 actual work days. I don't know how many actual work days. We have, hold on, we have 10 days left. 10 days that we can actually work. So, no, that's a lie. We have 11 days that we can actually work. So we did some rocker panels because we had to completely rebuild everything in the rocker panel area, and we did not show you as we were bending them on the metal brake. But here's a cross section of it. And you see this all started out as one flat piece of metal, and now this is what it was, 48 inches long. This is the cutoff piece from down below. But we did our bends, and now what we have is this down here. Okay, you can see down here, you see that piece right there? That is the long piece. We did it on both sides, and then we're integrating it into our rear and front fender flares. It turned out really cool, nice and straight. We did it on the metal brake. So this is how the car looks like from the side. So it is starting to come back together. We still have some work to be done here. We have welding and body work, and we have to fade the fender flares into it, but it is looking awesome. There's the door all fitted in. Now I'm going to go on the other side and show you the work that we did on the floor, and we have the beginning of our seats. All right, nice seat bracket, right? That's not how it's going to be, but that's the distance we need. We have both of our seats sort of upholstered. They're just fiberglass bucket seats, with slip covers, but then we went through and put some additional padding. But you'll see here that the floors are all done. It's actually a 4-piece floor system. So we bent these guys down. I don't know if we showed you that or not. Those pieces are welded in, but this whole body can now lift off because we have this bolted in on this side. That's all firm over there. All the body mounts come off, and we can lift the whole body off. Anyway, I think it turned out awesome. All right, so this is sort of a close-up look of it. I think it turned out really cool. All right, so we are winding down. 11 days left of actual work. We're still not sure if we're going to make it. We think we will. We ordered up our paint. It's going a heavy metal flake light blue. It was supposed to be here Tuesday. It's not here yet. I'm getting a little nervous. We're going to start body work Monday or Tuesday of this next week. So we're hoping to be in paint by possibly Saturday. If that's the case, then we can finish up all of our engine, transmission, everything, get everything bolted back together. So this is going to get blown apart on Monday or Tuesday so we can paint the frame, the chassis, and then we'll cover it in plastic, put the body back on, and continue our body work. So we try and keep as much off the chassis as possible. Anyway, we really appreciate you guys coming by and checking out the crazy things we do. Please subscribe to the channel. Visit my web store, www.theoddrodgarage.com. Buy a bunch of this lovely merchandise so I can afford to buy my own shirts. Anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by. And as always, thanks for watching.
This Vespa is super cool.
Super cool.
Hey dude, this Vespa is super cool. Un saludo para todos mis conocidos allá en Durango, que aquí andamos trabajando ahora en un Vespa, chasis de bocho, pues, muy bueno, muy cool, muy chingón. Adiós.